I've been using the Galaxy Z Flip 5 as my daily driver for over 2 weeks now, and I have to say, this is not what I expected. Because I used to see little to no value in a phone that basically unfolded to just a regular sized screen. But the Z Flip 5 reminded me once again that some things you just have to crack the egg to see what's inside. Or in your case, click this video. This is my review of the Galaxy Z Flip 5. At first glance, the Z Flip 5 is an elegant piece of design. But while there are many who prefer this boxy look, personally, I don't think it fits the flip phone aesthetic too well. It looks a bit too much like a woman's makeup case. The device also feels less dense when compared to your typical bar-type smartphones. But it makes up for it by being surprisingly lightweight for its size. Now 187 grams, which is the weight of the phone, is by no means a featherweight champ. But the compact nature of the phone when folded just makes it feel effortless in your pocket. The new hinge design also folds completely flat, so there's no weird gap in the middle. However, this does mean that cases won't fully cover the phone because there's just no space left for the cases to hang on to, which is why some cases come bundled with these double-sided tapes to hold the phone. I did, however, love using a phone in 7 years that didn't rock on a table. It also makes the cameras a bit safer too, since they're mostly held off the ground. Open the phone up and we have the 6.7-inch main display going from 1 to 120Hz, with excellent colors and visibility. It is on the taller side, so you will get those black bars when watching most YouTube videos. And there were no changes to the glass or the screen protector, which is unfortunate because last year many users, myself included, saw air bubbles forming after extensive use. Hopefully, the new hinge design helps with that too. Now, the Flip 5's biggest upgrade over its predecessor has to be that cover display. It's 3 times bigger than the Flip 4, and finally, the widgets are more useful and do look nice, but weren't enough to make any significant changes for my daily usage, especially with no third-party options available. However, if you are willing to tinker around a bit, enabling the app launcher widget from Good Luck is a pretty straightforward process, and just like that, you have a mini smartphone at your disposal. Now, using regular Android apps on a squarish small screen like this instantly brought back BlackBerry 10 vibes. If you think about it, the notifications are on the left too. But that's the thing, the cover screen UI is its own separate deal, and you end up having to relearn a whole new OS, albeit a simple one. And there's still much room for improvement. You can't edit your quick setting toggles, so I always had to open the phone for hotspot. The info clock face is non-interactable, which seems like a missed opportunity. And while the pinch gesture is nice for quickly moving widgets, the execution is quite hard to do with one hand. As for app experience on the cover screen, it's pretty great, as long as you stick to its prime motive of simple tasks. For me, this worked best with quick calls, messaging, and camera. YouTube was fine too, but Maps definitely felt cramped. I'd say it's still a bit rough around the edges, but pretty well done for its first year. My dream execution of this form factor would be a slightly taller cover screen with a slimmer body, or at least a slimmer lid that will not only bring the cover screen closer to normal screen ratio territory, but also resemble the retro look of classic flip phones. As for width, it's perfect. I swear Samsung has some software magic to enhance the touch response or something, because even with this relatively small keyboard, I seldom made typos. And the phone is smart enough to know when it is closed, automatically switching the volume rocker position. The fingerprint scanner was a bit too narrow, which led to a few misses here and there, but speedy nevertheless. Now, the biggest use case for that cover screen would be the camera. And so far, the shots taken were mostly good. It's definitely a usable camera with great HDR. And I liked that the color science between all lenses stayed consistent. But the colors are like 2018 Samsung with super saturated colors, especially for red, and over-sharpened images. But really, using the main cameras for selfies was great, since it is the best sensor for a smartphone selfie camera. Both the lenses delivering sharp and colorful images with some natural bokeh. This naturally translates to great video, especially for vloggers, although I never really found much use for flex mode. As for battery, it just wasn't very good. By the time I got home from work, which is around 6 to 7 p.m., the battery was nearing its limit. Now I do only charge the phone up to 85% for battery health, but still a hard pass in 2023. And personally, I wouldn't have minded if the charging speed were at least fast, but nope. The top speed is at 25 watts, and that's only if you have a charger that supports Samsung's super fast charging technology, which again isn't even super fast. So yeah, when I first got the Flip 5, I wasn't all that excited. And not because we basically knew what we were getting before the launch due to so many leaks, but because I couldn't see the value of a regular phone turning into a mini phone with mediocre camera and battery life, just in exchange for a little bit of flair. But I realized that flair is what really ignites the experience, the joy of using a flip phone. The new hinge makes it easier to open with one hand and close with a satisfying clack. And I even purposely used it half open when typing texts or making calls to emulate using a flip phone. Although that did start to get a bit old pretty quickly. The point is that it makes the experience of using the phone fun and special, which is why I think Samsung gets a pass for yet another iterative update on this $1,000 phone. That's all for this video. Appreciate you sticking around till the end. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.